The lady didn't give me sweet and sour. I'm so hungry. So who asked who out first? So technically I asked him out. Hello, welcome back to Lovemeeshh, where we talk about all things personal, plus size, and Polynesian. Today we'll be doing a Jack in the Box mukbang Q&A with my husband Helton, and we're gonna be talking about our first date. You ready?
No.
All right, let's go. Got some egg rolls. We got some tacos. I have a loaded breakfast sandwich. Helton got a jumbo jack with chili. That's a thing. So we got some questions on my Instagram at Lovemeeshh that we'll be throwing in throughout our discussion. So let's just start off with, how did we first see each other?
Let's just start off with the opening prayer. Oh, you're not gonna pray about the food?
Oh, like that?
I kind of like that the chili's not like flowing out of the burger.
So Helton and I, we met in Utah. We were both living in Utah, and we talked about like the first time we met in the previous video, which I'll link somewhere up here.
Loaded tacos. And
again in the description box below, so you guys can go watch that after this. So we, by this time, had already been friends. There was a Sadie Hawkins dance in Salt Lake City. I was already texting him that day because by then we were best friends. Yeah?
No.
Helton didn't want to be my best friend. That was very rude. That was a very nice offer.
I don't need no new friends.
I asked him to go to the Sadie Hawkins dance with me.
We stayed for the whole dance.
We stayed for the whole dance. It was weird. I was trying not to be too clingy, but he took that as like me not being interested in him, maybe. Remember I kept trying to like walk away and you were like, why you should keep walking away? No?
I knew all those moves already. I was very seasoned in the dating game.
Oh yeah?
I used to love going to dances. I mean, if you don't know me, I used to break it down, cut a rug, you know what I'm saying? After the dance was over, she'd ask me where I wanted to eat. I knew in my mind that there was no Jack in the Box nearby, and the only one that we would have to go to, either way, is like a 4-hour to 6-hour drive. From
Salt Lake, you can either go north 4 hours to Idaho, or you can go south to St. George, which is southern Utah. And those are where the nearest Jack in the Boxes are. And because Helton didn't want our date to end, he said he wanted to go to Jack in the Box.
I just asked to see what she would say, like if she'd go for it.
He loved me. So famous last words, Helton said, "You ain't down." And I was like, So he dared me, and we packed some bags and we went.
And she said, well, if we're going to St. George, we might as well go to Vegas. And
I thought you said that.
The rest is history.
Well, I think we all met up at IHOP, like a bunch of us that were out, and we were like, oh, is this for real? And neither of us wanted to bail out, so we're like, oh, this is for real. And so me and the girls went home, packed our bags, and then drove to Mel's house, yeah? Where you and Faamausili were staying? Or were you and Junior were staying? Sorry.
Yeah.
And he came. They packed their bags. Him and Junior Vi and my roommates and I, we all jumped in the car in my Dodge Durango and we drove. We left around like maybe 11 at night, and so we're driving, and so this is where it gets like interesting. This is how I knew that, oh, I think he likes me, because I feel like this whole time I was like, oh, this is just kind of fun. We're driving, right? We're like 3 hours into the drive. I'm getting tired. It's like 2 o'clock. Everybody else is like knocked out, right? And I was like, oh, my arm is sore because I've never driven that far. My hand was sore. And he's like, oh, I give the best hand massages ever. And so like I'm driving, he's like massaging my hand to show the people.
Oh gosh.
So he's like massaging my hand, and I was just like, he's wanting to hold my hand.
What she didn't know was I saw a part of the game, man. Hey, for y'all who know what I'm talking about, you already know what I'm talking about. And that's how we do it. And that's how I got her. And so, yeah, man, I mean, you gotta play hard, you don't play at all.
I got a loaded breakfast sandwich, and it's like this sourdough bread.
Those tiny tacos are bomb.
Yeah? We didn't even show you, okay. We have tiny tacos in here. Curly fries in this container. A bunch of regular tacos.
Hey, from the last video, this Jack in the Box taco and ranch, if you ain't had it, boy, that's your challenge.
We challenge you. So we're driving, and I want to say that the Jack in the Box in St. George was closed or something. So we just kept driving. They made it a trip to Vegas. One of my roommates booked a hotel room. Like, it was so spontaneous. Probably the last spontaneous thing we've ever done in our holy entire lifetime. Because now we're old and boring.
And we're not holy. Just kidding.
Oh.
That was a joke.
The entire time, I was like completely comfortable with Hilton. Like, this is our first time out, and I was like, okay. Like he was my left arm. Like, you know, it just, it wasn't awkward. I wasn't nervous. Were you nervous? Were you nervous before I picked you up?
For the date?
Yeah.
Not really.
But one of the questions was, who paid? This boy. We're at breakfast, and I'm like hella like, oh, you know, like maybe hope no. He didn't pay for
we was still in the new
nothing.
stages, man. We was going Dutch, bro. Everybody paid for their own.
I was like, oh, he's not even gonna offer to pay. Okay, cool. So fast forward, we eat breakfast, we check into our hotel room, and we all like knock out.
I think one of the questions was there anything embarrassing about that first date? It wasn't embarrassing, it was just funny, I guess. We were walking through the casino, and I was on the casino floor by the machines, and I was telling her to come over and sit by me, and she was like, I can't. And I was like, what? She's like, I can't come over there. And I was like, why not? She was like, I'm not 21. And I was like, what the heck? And it was funny, like I was like, what? She's not 21. And so I was talking with my boy Junior, and I was like, bro, she's not even 21. He was like, don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. She's
Junior
young.
vibe.
She has the rest of her life ahead of her. I was like, he was like, don't do it, man. But I did it.
We wake up, we go like see the Bellagio water show, and then we go eat at Buca de Beppo. Like, who do we think we are? Bougie little what?
Mr. Big Stuff. Anyway.
We eat dinner, we're hanging out with everyone. I think we walked around maybe for a little bit, yeah? We did not want to go to bed yet. So we dropped everyone off, and then me and him went and drove to the Las Vegas temple parking lot. And we just sat and we talked, I think, until like morning. It was never weird. It was always just like, it was like finding a missing piece. You know what I mean? Like the comfortability was like, don't flatter yourself. Yeah, it was just really comfortable. So we check out Sunday. Honestly, I don't even remember if we actually got Jack in the Box. So here, we're making up for lost times. Let me get to some of the questions. These are like relationship questions / first date questions. You ready? Okay.
Really?
What would you never change about each other? I think that I would never change Helton's like loyalty. Like, he is ride or die. Like, if he's on your team, he is on your team forever.
Forever, ever? Forever, ever? One thing I wouldn't change about her is her willingness to serve people. Not serve people as in like a religious way, but she's a real people person.
I'm a real one.
But she's not though. Like her.
Did you just compliment me and then take it back?
No, I'm just trying to explain that her anxiety and her depression that she has causes her to like shy away from people. But like when we go out and we meet people and we meet friends and we hang out with people, she's always there, like 100%. Even though it kind of like kills her inside because of her whole thing, like the mental health things that we're going through together. I appreciate her because she goes out 100% out of her comfort zone.
Oh. At what moment did you realize that you would say yes to a second date?
There wasn't even no second
I don't think there
date.
was any question. Like, it legit, like, we left there knowing that we would probably be married.
I think the second date leads to exclusive dating.
And we were...
But
maybe, like, the road trip there was our second date. We knew while we were sitting in IHOP debating on going to Vegas if this was going to be a thing or not a thing. Yeah. I think there was no... Once we got in the car to go to Vegas for freaking Jack in the Box, yeah, there was no question.
only...
What was the first thing you noticed about each other when you met? I think the first thing I noticed when I first met him was he was wearing a bow tie. And I was like, ooh, I love that. And so I was sitting next to him in junior vi and I was like, he dresses so nicely. He looks so like, he just looks so like, And I was like, that's cute. What did you first notice about me? The first time you saw me.
The first time I saw her, she was dancing, and I noticed her because I knew everyone else in the ward. I didn't know her, so that's when I first noticed her. When she sat down at the break the fast, I noticed that she was a real people person. I thought she was a people person. She liked to talk, and she was nice. She made it comfortable for those who were visiting.
Were there any insecurities from past relationships that you brought into this one? And if so, how did we get over them?
If any, or how many? Just kidding.
I think I'd like to start by saying, like, I know that I have brought my fair share of baggage. I think I was really used to being like lied to or cheated on or cheated on. So Houghton was honestly really patient with a lot of like the healing that I needed to do. And no, and not even saying that to like shade any of like my past relationships. I think that I know that I wasn't a good fit for any of them, and none of us were ready for like the intensity that I had to offer, because I will say this all the time, like I'm an all or nothing person. Like if I love you, like I freaking love you.
I freaking love you.
Like I'm all in. Like you need me to be there, I'm 100% like I will be there. And that definitely had scared a lot of people away, I think, because I was too easy to attach to people that didn't deserve any of this. I mean, wish them well, they're all happy and thriving now with their people. But yeah, so there was a lot of healing that I needed to do and a lot of rewiring of my brain, I think. What about you?
Any baggage? I don't think so, man. I think I was ready. I was pretty much done with the single YSA life.
Houghton is by far the angel of the two of us. No, yeah, he's pretty good. I had a lot of unpacking to do. How would you describe your partner to someone who has never met them, personality wise?
What comes to mind is the Boy Scout motto. You know the Boy Scout motto?
Nope.
The Boy Scout motto. Well, I'll put Misha's name in it. Micha is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Thrifty is one of them?
Dude, you love thrift shopping.
I like it.
Anyway, all those things wrapped in a little ball.
I'm a little ball. Houghton is like the friend that everyone wants. Like he's like warm, he's loyal, he's friendly, he's funny, like a dog.
Man's best friend.
He's man's best friend. With a lot of sarcasm and a lot of passion. What job do you think your partner would be amazing at?
I think she would be an amazing teacher.
Ooh.
Because she likes to learn. But not only does she like to learn, she likes to pass on that learning to other people to help
Yeah.
them succeed.
So Halton's degree is in graphic design, but I think that he would be a really good like high school counselor. Teens or like youth really like open up to him or relate to him. And he's a good listener, like he said. Like he's a good listener. He's great with advice. I think his friends used to call him the love doctor or something. So I think that he'd be a really good
That is true.
therapist. Or
I was called the love doctor.
why?
And I wasn't even in love. But I used to listen. I used to sit there and listen. You know, most people, they're coming to you for you to listen. Not for you to respond.
True.
And that's the love doctor's self-care Wednesday tip.
How are those jalapeno poppers?
They're not good.
Not good?
Mm-mm. You can taste it. They're not good.
Not good. There's only 3 left.
There was only 2.
Oh, that you
There
ate?
was only 5.
They look kind of...
Burnt.
So the lady at the cashier lady was not nice to me. She probably burnt them on purpose.
Or they don't even get cooked. They just throw them in the microwave.
Our man has nothing inside.
It's hollow. Jalapeno.
It's a jalapeno. What advice do you have for new couples?
Listen.
Listen to your wife because she's always right.
No. Happy spouse. Happy house. I got that on Facebook somewhere. I forgot. But anyway, you just gotta love, man. You just gotta love the person you're with. If you don't love the person you're with,
Why are you with them?
no clue. Communication is the key. Everyone thinks honesty and love. No, it's communication. You have to learn how to communicate. It's the love doctor signing out.
Where did you get this love doctor from?
And you were the one who brought it back up. I was back in the day. But no, yeah, I used to be called the love doctor, man. So any of you who need advice out there, go search for someone else. I can't. No, I'm just kidding.
I think my couple advice to go along with yours is definitely to communicate, but also we expect our other halves to mind read. This is where I'm going to throw in the love languages. I would say to learn your love language and to love your spouse in their language. Because in the beginning, my love language is words of affirmation, so I really liked that reassurance or like love notes and things like that. But his was acts of service, and so we just weren't meeting each other where we needed to be. But the second we tried to learn each other's love language, it changed the game. Yeah?
Yes. When you go into a relationship, obviously your experiences are different from her experiences. When you're in a situation and you think that someone should already know that, they haven't been in that situation before.
Yeah, like at football games where you think that the other person should know that they're diehard crazy fans.
I told her already.
Communicate
anyway,
that.
Communication, man. They haven't been through what you're going through, and if you automatically think that they should know, you're wrong. You need to let them know.
You're wrong.
And you need to tell them where you're coming from.
Thanks for sitting and hanging out with us. Our first date was definitely an adventure. But he's been stuck with me ever since, so it's worked out thus far. Comment below if you have any other recommendations for future mukbangs. We will be doing a Trader Joe's holiday haul, and then we are gonna go on a diet.
Oh, what?
We'll have a mukbang full of vegetables.
That sounds good.
That does sound good. Let's do that.
Sure.
We can make a charcuterie board. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed our mukbang. Thank you for sending in the questions on Instagram. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and...
You know what? Just comment down below. Comment some love advice. Comment some good relationship advice.
Signing out, Love Doctor.
Hey, it is what it is.
Lovemeeshh. Love Doctor.
Anyway.
Oh gosh.
We should be the loves. The loves.
I love loves. Sick. We hope you enjoyed this. Have a good week. We love you guys.
Stay safe and be kind.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, I am full. But I'm gonna eat this last taco.